Today's question is, how do you resolve personality conflicts within your team? So this is a big topic, and obviously without knowing the exact context, when people work together, there will always be conflict from time to time. People have different personality styles, and so building respect often comes from understanding. So it's really powerful to either proactively, as an entire team, do some training and development around understanding communication styles. There are 4 predominant communication styles, for example. Some people like to be direct, they like people to get to the point. Others want you to spend a bit more time checking in, how are you going? Some people like to make lists and plan everything out ahead of time, and they want to know all the facts, they want things to be precise. Other people are sometimes just want to be more spontaneous, want to try things out, want to be more flexible. So the challenge is that people don't usually intentionally go around just trying to drive each other crazy, even though it can feel like that. But sometimes these personality differences, these communication style differences, butt up against each other, and people come away really frustrated. If there is a specific conflict going on between 2 members of a team, it is really worth having someone, perhaps the leader of the team, perhaps someone else that's a good person that can be like a mediator, actually sit down with them and get it all out in the open, clear the air, discuss whatever the scenario was that was causing friction, and help everyone to understand what's actually going on. Help each other to understand the motivations behind it, because you can be sure that when there's friction going on, most people don't enjoy conflict. I say most because some people do seem to enjoy conflict and create it continually, but most people don't want to constantly create major conflict. So for most people, if you can get them to share the motivations behind things, or the way that they're doing things, or the assumptions that the other person's not even aware of, then you can build understanding. Another great thing you can do is using a tool called the Emotional Culture Deck, which is about helping people express how they're feeling and understanding how they want to feel to be at their best at work. I've done a workshop actually where there was a big conflict between 2 team members, and it was to the point where the manager said, hey, when we do this workshop, I know you're going to have 2 groups at 2 tables, let's spread these 2 people apart. And what happened was that these 2 people somehow ended up sitting at the same table. And what was brilliant was that by the end of the session, they actually both shared how they needed to feel to be at their best, how they'd been feeling over the past week at work. And light bulbs were going off. It really built understanding between the 2 of them. And it certainly didn't just solve everything in an instant, but it made them take a huge step forward in terms of understanding one another. And the last thing I'll say on this is that sometimes people need to learn how to be able to agree to disagree. So it might be that when you do XYZ task, you like to do it in this way, and when the other person does XYZ task, they do it in a slightly different way. And as long as that's not going to have a negative flow onto others in your organisation, sometimes you just need to be able to allow people the space to do things in their own way, and to be able to respectfully agree to disagree on ways, methods, whatever it is. So I would encourage open, honest communication, understanding communication styles, helping to try and boost respect through understanding the motivations and the assumptions. And ultimately, at the end of the day, sometimes just got to allow people to agree to disagree. So I hope that something in there is helpful, and I wish you all the best for resolving that conflict.